Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager Save on the YouTube channel for Cultured Left Foot, which is me. That's a very weird introduction, but it's done. It's out of the way. Let's crack on with the video. Today we are playing DPMM, our rivals, the team I've sort of manufactured to be our rivals because we don't have any. However, the season is going incredibly well. If we look at the competitions, we're in 6th. And if you think last year we were down in 9th, 8th, I think we eventually finished 7th, but we were really wallowing down below here. This season it's going alright. We're only 7 points off 3rd spot, 9 points off Home United in 2nd, and the results have been getting better as well, which is the main thing about a Football Manager Save, isn't it? That's what you want to do. Singapore Cup didn't go very well. We were knocked out in the preliminary round, but we were knocked out by Nagata Unicorn, who are winning the league. So it's quite understandable. DPMM and Warriors are having terrible seasons and they finished near the top last season. So it just goes to show the sort of yo-yo effect that can happen in the Singapore League. But yeah, going to the schedule, it's been a mix. Whereas last year this was a lot of red. It's red splattered with green, splattered with orange. So it's been going pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, Nagata Unicorn, we beat DPMM 4-0. I think we're actually around here somewhere maybe, right at the beginning. Last time we were together, but we've had some great results. We beat Home United 4-1, beat DPMM 4-0. We've lost the Nagata Unicorn 2-1, and they got a man sent off, which is a bit annoying. We lost 1-0 to Tampines. We drew 0-0 with Geylang, 1-1 with Warriors. We beat Hogang United 2-1, which was really good. And then we drew 1-1 with Ballestier. We actually won that game against Hugong with a 90th minute penalty, which our youngster fearlessly stepped up to take and converted. We lost in the Singapore Cup preliminary round 3-0 to Nagata Unicorn, which was very, very disappointing. We played a pretty strong team, to be honest. We gave Joey Sim his debut, he conceded 3, but he didn't actually do badly at all. They absolutely dominated us. Then we had a 3-3 draw against Home United, which was incredible. 3-1 down in the 77th minute. In the 89th, we scored to make it 3-2, and then in the 95th, youngster Paul Ong scored the equaliser. It was incredible. He's not very good, but he is progressing. He's coming along all right. But it was a fantastic comeback, which set us up nicely to face Nagata Unicorn again in the league, and we smashed them 3-0 this time. It was utterly, utterly brilliant. We're selling out the stadium pretty much every single game, which is really good to see. And yeah, today we're going to be playing DPMM and then Tampines in the League Cup Group B fixture, which was, we weren't in that last year because I forgot to put us in it in the database. But yeah, we'll be playing DPMM, our rivals, and it's all been going pretty well. If we look at the squad, so goals are mainly coming from Kim Xiaoman, who's found his feet this year, easily one of the best players at the club, scoring our goals. Backing him up, Azer Suleiman, our holding midfielder, who is the penalty taker, Suleiman Azar, and he's coming on nicely as well. Look at this, current ability 4.5, potential ability potentially 5-star, 17-year-old. He's just been signed to, or I think we've just offered him a full-term senior contract. Yamazaki on loan is up there with 3 goals as well. Again, his stats aren't very good, but he is performing when we need him to. 3 goals in 12 games on loan from Nagata Unicorn. Paul Long is up there, Cristiano, and then it all sort of filters down into the 1s and the 0s. Assists-wise, Alistair Tang Mong has come alive this season in central midfield. He's playing, the players are starting to play to what their current ability and potential ability reflect, which is really, really good. We've signed Jared Yang Tao, I think, down to a new contract as well. Yeah, just about another year contract. But yeah, it's going pretty well. We've been working on 2 sort of formations. One of them is a flat 4-3-3. Reading the comments that I've got about the 4-3-3, where it's like, you know, it's the last save. You're not really cheating the system. If you find a way to score more goals, go for it. It's a bit of a fun save. So that one, and then the 3-3-3-1 formation as well is what we're using occasionally. Generally, though, this is the formation we use. Yeah, Joey Sim, loan move, not been brilliant. Chris Block and Jesse are actually playing quite well. Zufrazi Ruddy, who we bought in, he's not even made an appearance. It was a waste of money bringing him on for 3.3k, and he's going to be going at the end of this year. We're going to have quite a big turnover, I think, at the end of this year. I'm hoping we can finish this season and then squeeze one more season in before Football Manager 19 comes out. because I want to win the league. That's what I want to do. If we can get 2 more seasons in, that would be brilliant. But I do want to give myself a little break in between FM18 and FM19 so I don't get burnout of Football Manager. But obviously the excitement of FM19 will keep me going anyway. It's generally been very, very good. We've got a new youngster that came through. Came into the youth academy, but we've signed him up to a senior contract now, which is Mohammed Al Jamaluddin, Singaporean left back, left wing back. So he's looking pretty good. So we're getting him involved in the team. Mukhtar's come in and done pretty well in the right back spot. Sani is obviously the youngster as well. We've got good youngsters coming through at the club, which really, really helps. One of the issues is strikers aren't really scoring goals unless you're Kim Shaoman, and we really need to change that and get other goal scorers going on. Chris DeVale is, for a man that scored 5 goals last season, he hasn't scored in a very, very, very long time. 6.55 in his 6 appearances. I think it's just one step too far for him this season. So striking competition and places is something we're looking to get involved with in the window. When this season finishes, we're going to be looking, hopefully strip off some of the deadwood at the club and go into the window knowing that we need a striker and try and pick someone up. Now, I've noticed that there's one club, just before we get into this game, I've got to try and remember who this is. He actually scored against us. Is it Home United? No, it's not Home United. He plays for someone in yellow, I think. His name's like Dizzoni. There he is, Ivan Dizzoni. He plays for Tampines. Ivan Dizzoni plays in yellow. I knew he did. I mean, he's so much better than anything we've got in our club up front. And it shows, because look at that. 18 in 23, 7 and 8, 13 in 4. At this level, a top striker like that just makes all the difference. I mean, they've got his photo is still in his Hajduk split kit. So, I mean, he's too good for this division. He really is too good for this division. But that's the sort of player that we need to make sure we've got someone supporting Shaoman as well. So they're lining up in a 3-5-2, something that generally, when we've played against it, we've done quite well. But it's normally the other formation that does well in the 3-3-3-1 formation. But yeah, we know they've got Marco Papa, a dangerous player on the wing. Looks good. And Silva, those two normally score against us when we play this team, DPMM. But let's get into the game. Let's see how we do. They come into 8th in the form table. We're 2nd. Let's show them why. And then calmly. Got a lot of faith in you. And they're starting to react to my team talks a little bit better. So it's making it a little bit easier to get the point across and stuff if we're angry or we're really happy with them and things like that. But we are moving the ball around. We are playing well. We're trying to do this control formation and make sure we keep the balls. We're in early here. And Toomsy has a goal after 23 seconds. What a start for the Exiles. And that's a fantastic start. Straight from kickoff. We played it around really well. Mukhtar here. Great ball up the line to Kim Shaoman, who just ran off his man. Got to the edge of the area and just thought, yeah, Toomsy's in the middle, completely unmarked. There we go. 1-0 to the Exiles. So Jamaluddin with a throw up to Yamazaki. Yamazaki holds on to it into Tangmun, into Azar, the youngster. Ball over top. Kim Shaoman's in behind again. Can they... Oh, thought he was going to square it. Low and wrong makes a good save for DPMM, who are really struggling this year. Only 8 points they've picked up in the league. Tangmun to Yamazaki. Back to Tangmun. Ball in. Oleg! Oh, he's got to do better. He has to do better from that opportunity. Oleg Ponomarev, really should do better. 20 minutes into the game and it's been all Exiles, but DPMM get a highlight. Said has the ball, holds on to it, goes back, tackled very well by Azar. Azar up to Yamazaki. Yamazaki comes forward, the Japanese guy on loan from Niigata Unicorn into Oleg. Oleg is through. Oleg just should not shoot. He just should not shoot, which is quite familiar to actually playing with him on a Sunday. He should not shoot. But Chris Block takes the goal kick. It goes long, looking for Kim Shaoman. When can he win the header? No, it comes to Marco Papa on the left. Papa, ball across, but Jamaluddin will intercept that very well into Sani. Sani all the way up to Yamazaki's got him on. Toomsy's in the middle again. Yamazaki squares it. Toomsy's there. It's a sweaty, sweaty goal. But Toomsy has a double. And just as I was saying, we need strikers to come up and score goals and take the burden off Kim Shaoman a little bit. It's exactly what we're doing. They don't pressure us at the back. Time and space for Sani to pick out that ball to Yamazaki, who I thought was going to shoot. Picked out Toomsy in a much better position. And the big centre forward, wearing the number 43, gets his 2nd of the game. So Mukhtar has it. Back to Azar. Into Mukhtar again. into Oleg. Oleg Ponomarev with the ball. He sort of hits it against the man, but wins it back. Long ball over the top. It's a foot race. And I think that's Mukhtar. Oh, it's Yang Tao. Jarrad Yang Tao really covers it well. Back to Chris Block, who should get this away. And he comes out with it a little bit. Long ball forward looking for Kim again. Kim Shamon to Toomsy. Toomsy into Yamazaki. Is it? Oh, he's hit the post. I was going to say, is it 3 before half time? He's hit the angle of post and crossbar. And it's just not gone in for him. I will be honest with you, I think he's actually deserves more goals this season, Yamazaki, when we've played him. He's been such a good acquisition for the team. It's been great. Kim Shamon turns, brings it back into Alistair Tangmon. Oh, he shoots and it goes wide past the post. But yeah, it's we're completely all over him. Oleg having a terrible game, probably due to his finishing. Azwan Mohamed Saleh has picked up an injury from them. He was always a thorn in our side. He always used to score. But it looks like at half time we're going to go in 2-0 to the good away from home, which is absolutely wonderful. We'll get in there. We'll tell them we're very pleased. That's not a problem. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come. That's all that stuff done. I think we might take off Oleg and bring on. Let's give Hadley a run out. Mark Hadley. We haven't really seen too much of him since we've been at the club. They've changed formation to a 4-2-3-1, which will put us under a bit more pressure, but should leave them open in the midfield and at the back a little bit more. So Oleg comes off, replaced by Mark Hadley. Let's see how this second half unfolds. Okay, so Yahya is tackled very well by Azar. Azar up to Alistair Tangmong into Yamazaki. Yamazaki comes forward with it. Good ball across, looking for Kim Shamon. It's into his path. Kim Shamon too far wide. Looks for Toomsy for the hat-trick. He's headed it with a lob over the goalkeeper. And Toomsy has a 63-minute hat-trick for the Exiles. And Yamazaki, again, this is what I mean. He gets a lot of assist to the assist, if you know what I mean. Like NHL terms, where they give an assist for the last 2 players to touch the ball, as Toomsy, the looping header down the middle of the goal. It's not the best of finishes, to be honest, but we'll take it. It's done well. Mukhtar on a 65%. He's not got the best stamina, but a 7.5. I'm not taking him off. We'll just have to bring someone else in for the game against Tampines. But 3-0 away from home, I'm delighted. So with 10 minutes to go, we're going to bring on Roy for Jamludin at left back out there. Just to freshen it up a little bit. We probably should give Mukhtar a rest at 60%, but I'd much rather not take him off and just leave him on. Let's see if we can get Chris DeVale a goal. We'll take off Xiao Mun, who's actually had a very good game. And the other thing we can do, because we're cutting them open quite a lot at the back, we'll put Chris DeVale into the middle and see if we can just create him one chance, just so he can get his confidence back with a goal, because he's on quite the run without scoring. Oh no, and Toomsy's got injured after his hat-trick. That could be a very bad issue, because it means Chris DeVale will probably have to start in the next game. As they throw it back, Azar picks it up into Chris Block. This will probably be the end of the game, because it was just a bit extra for the injury to Toomsy. Up to Yamazaki. Yamazaki holds it. He's tackled, but there's the full-time whistle, and that is a great win against our rivals. That is 7-0 on aggregate against DPMM this season, which is a much, much better performance than last year. Toomsy won 26-63, gets us the win. They go 4 points away from Ballastiere and 6 points behind Home United with a game in hand as well. Oh, if we could get into a continental spot this season, that would be absolutely wonderful. Toomsy out for 2 to 3 weeks. That is bad. That is bad, according that he's just got a hat-trick, and we need informed players to be here. Now, everyone is going to get a little rest, because there isn't too long in between games. We're actually giving them 2 days rest. So we'll be back for the League Cup Group B game against Tampines. Or Tampines. Tampines? I don't know. I've lived here for like 6 months. You think I'd know how to say it. Now, as Rich Toombs' goal 21 seconds into the match is a new team record. Well done, Toomsy. And we're back for the second game of the episode against Tampines. They're not starting their main striker. He's obviously a little bit unfit, the guy we looked at before, Dezzoni. We line up with exactly the same team. The rest has done them wonders. Only addition is DeVale comes in to replace Toomsy, because obviously he's out for 2 to 3 weeks, which is very, very annoying. But we get this game underway. We are keen. We are keen to avenge what happened in the last game where we lost, quite embarrassingly. They got hammered. Or we got hammered. They're lining up in a 4-1-2-1, 4-3-3 wide, pretty much formation. But it'll be an interesting game to see how it pans out, because Toomsy will obviously be a big loss. He's a big unit up front for us. But yeah, and Tampines are very, very good. But we've got the 4-3-3 formation, so let's see what happens. Although it's not invincible, it hasn't been absolutely perfect for us as Krista Vale wins this back into Kim Shaman's path. Now he has got Yamazaki at the back post who gets there, rifles it in, and 4 minutes and 50 seconds in, we are 1-0 up, which could get this League Cup group off to a flying start. So Azar won it in the middle there to Krista Vale, held it up very well and pinged it out to Xiaomun. Kim Xiaomun then came a little bit wide, but saw Yamazaki, a lofted ball in, and that is a Decanio volley of dreams to fire it into the net through the goalkeeper. And it's 1-0 to the Exiles. And Azar lines up over this free kick, hits it, and it's just over the bar. Goalkeeper probably had it covered. But this is a frantic and fantastic start by the Exiles. So here comes Tampines down at the left-hand side with Silvas. He's tackled well by Alistair Tangmon. Tangmon comes forward. Now there's runners in the middle for him. Will he put an early cross in? No, he doesn't. He basically just gives the ball back to Abdullah Razak and then runs off and leaves him. But Jared Yangtao intercepts that very well. Azar looking for Xiaomun. It falls to Alistair Tangmon. Alistair comes forward into Krista Vale, who's just pulled out from his central position. Back to Alistair. Into Azar. Azar to Oleg. Oleg to Jamludin. Jamludin with a ball across. Abdul Razak heads it away. Oleg gets it back into Azar. Into Alistair. Alistair to Yamazaki. Yamazaki back to Oleg, who shouldn't shoot. He does, and he hits the post. Oh, Oleg. Ayoub with a ball in. Sani heads it away. Alistair Tangmon looks to get there and does get there first. Now, there's a huge counter-attack on here. Yamazaki, he's got Kim Xiaomun in the middle. Finds him. Acres of space. Kim, Cho Team Ho makes a great save. Oh, we really should be putting that away. Azar with the ball in, picks out Alistair on the edge, shoots, hits the bar. The rebound nearly went in as well. Oh my word, is it going to be one of those games where we're just hitting all the woodwork and all the defensive players? But we just can't seem to stick this in as Azar wins a free kick on the right-hand side. And it looks like Jeffiri will go into the referee's notebook here and get a yellow card. He doesn't. He's given away a warning, which is a bit lenient if you ask me. Azar whips this into Alistair. Alistair on the edge, gets around his man. And then goes back to Jamludin, and we just lose momentum for that attack. We have a throw again. Jamludin into Azar. Azar to Krista Vale. Tackled well, and Jared will have lots of time to bring this down and pick the right pass. He does, out to Mukhtar. Mukhtar goes back to Jared. Jared, long ball through to Kim Xiaomun. Now Xiaomun squares it. Yamazaki's there, and he gets two. His second of the game. Both of them assisted by Kim Xiaomun, and Yamazaki at the back post sticks it into the net. There's a good patient play here. Mukhtar didn't rush it and look forward, but Gerard picked that ball out to Kim Xiaomun down the line, who got it across, and Yamazaki's there for another volley, and it's 2-0 to the Exiles. Azar, free kick, in it goes. Oleg knocks it down, nice bar. Ping pong around, and somehow out of all of it, Tampine's got a free kick, so if we had gone in, it wouldn't have counted anyway. But still, at least you got to hear me say ping pong in a very stupid way, hey? Every cloud. Yamaloti with a throw into Yamazaki. Tangmon, in it goes. Krista Vale! Oh, that's about his luck at the moment. Just cannot buy a goal. Krista Vale. Everything he does goes just past the post or just skims the woodwork. And he's struggling with confidence at the moment. Mukhtar in the ball. Yamazaki looking for the hat-trick. He gets it back and holds on to it. Azar into Tangmon. Shoots. Wow, that had a lot of power, but flew over the bar. Currently, we're topping the group at the moment, which is very, very good, as Yamazaki's picked up a bruise something or other, potential lower leg injury. Yes, I think it said it was a bruised knee. We're going to leave him on because he's on for a hat-trick at the moment. Restricting him to 3 shots. We are playing very, very well. So I'm very pleased with the performance. Keep it going. I mean, Alistair looked happy with that. Nobody else. You think they'd be delighted. Of course, I said go and get revenge, and that's exactly what we're doing. Now, can we get an early goal from a kick-off again? No, we can't. Still just says lower leg injury for Yusuke Yamazaki, which is good. But I think Niigata Unicorn have just overtaken us in top place in the group because they are 3-0 up, which is quite an impressive performance. It's gone down to 2-0. That's interesting. I swear a minute ago it said they were 3-0 up. They've gone top, so they're clearly 3-0 up. They've clearly scored more goals than us. The feed is obviously just coming through in the wrong sort of order, which is pretty embarrassing if you're Sky Sports News, if you're Sports Interactive. Krista Vale on a 6.8. We're going to keep him on purely to try and get him that goal. We'll bring Hadley on this time, though, for Alistair rather than for Oleg. And we'll keep this train going. Throwing then on the left. Jamludin up to Yamazaki. Back to Hadley, who's just come on. Jamludin, Yamazaki. And he's giving it away. And Suleiman comes forward. Let's find Silvers. We've got numbers back. but he is running at pace. Silvers comes forward, back to Irvan, to Rafi. Rafi now on the right-hand side. Ishak into Jeffrey, but Silvers picks it up. Silvers, Ponarev gets in there. Leg, what a ball that is to Yamazaki. Is he going to go on his own? No, squares it to Kim Xiaoman, and there's the finish, and it's 3-0. And that should be game, set, match now. Exiles with a 3-0 lead and 10 minutes to go. Puts us back up to top spot in the division, or the group, I should say. As it's a good ball through. Yamazaki unselfishly went on a hat-trick. Squares it to Xiaoman, and Xiaoman sticks that past the goalkeeper, who just sort of knelt down and watched the ball go in, which is embarrassing if you're a goalkeeper to do that. So with 7 minutes to go, we're going to take Mukhtar off again, because he seems to not be able to get through 90 minutes. We'll be on Cristiano at fullback, which is a bit of a odd thing for him. We'll actually do the other side as well. Jamuluddin for Roy, so matching the substitutions we did in the last game. But we should be able to see this out as Andy Kahar picks up an injury for them, which could put them down to 10 men. Not that it matters, because there's 4 minutes of injury time, and we are going to wrap this game up in a nice little package. As this is probably the last shot of the game. Hamid fires it well over the bar, and it's gone out for a goal kick to the Exiles, and there's not even time to take it. It's a 3-0 win. We top the group after the first round of fixtures. I say first round of fixtures, you only play everybody once, as not many people are happy with the comments of me saying well done, which again is just a little bit bizarre. But we dominate the possession, we dominate the goals, and that was superb. Yamazaki out for 2 to 3 days with a bruised shin. That's not too bad. We'll give him some praise. Superb in front of goal, well done. And that Krajovic spotted at the Sinaporean. He's not babysitting them. He's looking at Alistair Tamon, Jarrard, Idrissa Sane, Azar, Kim Xiaoman, and then some of their players as well. So we could be getting quite a few people into the Singapore squad. We haven't got anyone in there yet, but it's something we can look forward to. Right, we'll be back at some point in the future, some undetermined point in the future. As I say, want to rush through these seasons until we're fighting for honours. But if we keep this form up, we've had back-to-back 3-0 wins. Keep that up and we will be at the top of the table, dining with the champions in no time. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're enjoying this series. It's a little fun thing to keep going until Football Manager 19 comes out. Go and check out the rest of the stuff on the channel. Including the PES series that's going on really well. That's getting a good lot of traction. People seem to be really enjoying it. Go and check out the Football Talk YouTube channel. The link will be in the description below. Go check that out. Get involved with the discussion between me and my mate Josh that we have about football every week. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.